And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen.
What's up, everybody?
And I am Cameron Woolley.
Yeah.
God, I'm in a good mood.
All right.
I am in a good mood.
What has you in such a good mood, Cameron?
Now, first of all, I almost blew off this episode because the new Destiny 2 expansion,
Okay.
Basically the Destiny version of Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
It was like the end of like a 10-year story. I was saying, like, when you said it's like, yo, can you come into that? I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I might just blah, but then I'm like, wait a second. I haven't been in this good of a mood about sports in a long time.
All right. You could.
So I'm going to come in. And I'm going to, like, the Yankees are on a bit of a hot stretch. You know,
Huge.
The last 2 weeks I've come in here, they came in on a loss. So I've come in, like, the judgment's a little clouded. Rangers just got knocked out of the playoffs.
See you later.
Rangers,
Have fun on the golf course.
Eating nuts for the 30th year in a
That's
row.
right. That's right. 94 is a long time ago.
Yeah,
And
getting
it's
up
going
there.
to get even longer. It's going to get even longer.
Yeah, at least 1 year longer.
And
oh my God, dude.
did you watch Game 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched Game 6. It was more of what I was talking about last week. I was after Game 4 came in, the Rangers they just lost Game 4. They were up 2-1 in the series.
Yep.
And I was saying, I'm like, you know what? I still overall trust this team. Well, I don't know about the team, but I trusted their knack to pull Houdini acts on the back of another overworked superstar goaltender.
Yes. But, man, I wish we had him.
I wish
I'm
we
not
had
going to
him.
lie.
It's like, I'm looking at
Wish we had
Igor
just
Shesterkin,
Shesterkin.
and I'm like,
It would have been the final piece.
God. So, like, I watched the way he plays, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, he's great.
As much as I love to discredit them for having terrible 5-on-5 metrics, and the fault that the Rangers losing this year is the same thing that happened in 2023 against us and in 2022 against Tampa.
Yep.
Their stars didn't show up. Panarin, poetically, didn't score in the series until a minute and a half left in Game 6. Granted, that made it a little interesting. I had my heart in my throat. I was thinking, oh my God, there's no way they're doing this.
It's hockey. They had to make it a little more interesting. I love gotta love it.
Kreider only scored once. Zibanejad didn't score any times.
Yep.
Like, sure, Zibanejad got a couple of assists, but only one of them actually mattered. It's like in Game 5, he had the assist on the Kreider shorthanded goal. But other than that, he did nothing in the series. The main contributors for the Rangers were, I'm giving my props to Alexis Lafreniere. That guy's so good. Really, really good. I remember we were busting him for being, a bust up until this year. And then he comes back, almost breaks 30 goals. I'm certain he's going to break 30 goals next year. And he was the only guy who actually bothered to make an impact offensively in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like that, as a Devils fan who hates the Rangers, I love it. But as a fan of a team who has underperformed in the past, like looking at the Yankees, a team who gets a lot of hype and then they falter in the playoffs. There's always one team who's better than them, always bridesmaids. Now, that's what the Rangers have been for
30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
But I genuinely, I sympathize with Ranger fans.
Sure.
I do.
We've been there.
I do. We root. Me with Ranger fans, we root for a lot of the same teams.
Sure.
It's like we're miserable when it comes to the Yankees and we're miserable when it comes to the Giants.
Yeah. That being said, as that clock ticked down to 0, Game 6, Rangers are down 2-1. Florida about to win it. The Eastern Conference. How relieved were you?
I was so relieved.
How relieved were you?
I was so relieved.
Oh, my God.
I went in on Brat Pack's Twitter space, his Devils Fan space, around 1 in the morning.
Yep.
Like, I called in there, Brat Pack, who I've talked to on a lot. Like, we've maintained. He's a mutual of mine on Twitter.
Sure. Yep.
Which is a bragging right at this point.
Yeah.
In Devils country, I get points for that.
Yeah, sure.
Despite most of the fan base calling me a fake fan for those I've talked
Whatever.
to.
Whatever.
I mean, like, I was saying to him, and I made a little thread about this after the game, around like an hour after. I normally hate watch the Rangers in the playoffs because I'm a Devils fan who doesn't really have playoff hockey to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Except last year when the hate watching the Rangers and love watching the Devils sort of intertwined.
Yes.
That whole thing. I bring up that Game 7 too much. But the Rangers losing this year was especially important for the morale of this fan base and for the optics of this god-awful season.
Yeah.
Because coming into this year, the Rangers were an afterthought for us. We thought, please, the Rangers?
Yeah.
Like, we thought sure, it was a Game 7, but we destroyed them in that series.
We did. And
After Game 2, it was a clinic.
Yes.
Especially Games 5 and 7.
Yeah.
We just emasculated them on national television.
It was great.
And
it was great.
And then coming into this year, we thought we were going to be cup contenders. We thought it was going to be us in the conference final against Florida. And then, the Devils season sort of can't get out of second gear. They missed the playoffs. One of the most, if not the most disappointing team in the NHL. And then the Rangers followed up. They win the President's Trophy. They have a dream first couple rounds of the playoffs. They sweep the Capitals. It's basically a bye.
Yeah.
Them sweeping the Capitals.
Yeah.
They handle the Hurricanes. Sure, it got a little scary for them at the end, with the Canes winning games 4 and 5 and then being up 3-1 in game 6. But they handled Carolina. And I thought, I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst case scenario.
Yep.
And then they go up 2-1 on Florida, despite being severely outplayed. And then I'm just like, this is it.
Yeah, it's over.
This is it.
Over.
I thought
that dark future
I thought
that we didn't want to happen, that we dreaded was going to happen.
We thought it was worst case scenario.
Yes.
And then they end up losing, and then I'm like, okay, thank God. I have a reason to forget about this season, is my point. So I can finally just put this awful season in the rearview mirror without being reminded of the Rangers winning the cup and all that. It would have just been another awful thing to add on.
We wouldn't never heard the end
season.
of it.
They still don't shut up about 94. National TV.
Right.
ESPN. Do you remember the Stadium Series promo?
Yes. Yes.
With
with
Messier.
Yes.
Talking about
our promo, by the way.
They had
it was
no highlights of the Devils winning any of the 3 Stanley Cups that they won after the Rangers
game. I was like, why is this on here?
And then it was the guarantee, Game 6 in 1994. And it was Messier scoring the hat trick. Also, Mark Messier on ESPN. I mean, thank God we have PK Subban on there. Thank God. Thank God for PK Subban. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I know you're watching, as you watch every episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. Thank you. on our behalf, we thank you personally.
Yeah, thank you.
And your cool suits. Thank you,
PK Subban, and your blatant Devils favoritism.
Yes.
And they got that documentary coming out about the 94 team, and it's like, imagine how bad it would have been if they actually won a championship that was
a team of destiny
that most of us have seen.
Yeah.
And also, all year I heard about the goddamn historical parallels and similarities to 1994. Yep. They sounded like Swifties. The way they were making. It's like,
you're right. You're not wrong.
And I was starting to come. It's like, there was an earthquake in New York in 1990. That was the last time there was an earthquake in New York.
This is it. That's the sure sign they're going to win.
And I was like, the Rangers won the President's Trophy in 1994.
Chris Kreider got a hat trick. So did Mark Messier. Oh my God! It's going to happen. Get out of here.
And then it was the Knicks the last time the Rangers and Knicks won 50 games was in 1994. Look, the Knicks are going on a playoff run.
They're going to win it all.
The Knicks are going on a playoff run. Guys, this is it. It's happening.
1984, 2024.
The year ends in 4. Yeah. It's 30 years. It's happening. It's happening. the last time I got a flat tire on Route 35 was in 1994.
The Rangers won the cup that year.
The Rangers won the cup. That's how it happened. The last time. The last time my mother got the flu was in 1994. It's a sign, guys.
The sign we're gonna win it all.
The Rangers were down 3-2 in the conference final in 1994. They were going on the road. Chris Kreider's gonna score a hat trick.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, it's like I was seeing all this stuff about 94. After Game 5, I was seeing all the hype. And, of course, my TikTok For You page is all Ranger fans, which now I love it.
Okay.
I love seeing all the Ranger fans crying because I had the Ranger propaganda shoved in my face. The delusion's like, it's 94. It's 94 all over again. And then everything just... And then after Game 5, I was seeing all these people like, oh, they were down 3-2. It's like, here's the thing. They had Mark Messier.
Yes.
Who's your Messier? There's one astounding difference that everybody was ignoring. Mark Messier put that team on his back. Him, Brian Leach, Mike Ray. That Rangers team was just really good. Like the '94 Rangers. Like don't get it twisted. That's one of the greatest teams ever assembled.
Yeah. Well, they won the cup.
So. It was they were well coached. It was Mike Keenan with the '80s Oilers. They had everybody on that team.
Yeah.
And that team was ridiculously stacked. But the important thing is they had stars who showed up. Mark Messier, you can make an argument that Messier is a top 5 player of all time. And that was in arguably his best year.
Yeah.
1994, the playoffs at least. 94. Not to mention they also had Brian Leach.
Yeah.
They didn't have any defense. The Rangers defense did nothing. And sure, I know Adam Fox was hurt. That's a thing that I've heard a lot. And yeah, trust me, I know how much a star right shot defenseman playing through.
Yes, makes an impact. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. But, I remember talking about Dougie Hamilton playing on a broken wrist.
Sure.
In the second round last year. He was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Wow. I hate a broken wrist. Like, what do you want him to do?
I mean, same thing can be said about Adam Fox, but you only had 1/3 of that equation in there. You had your star goalie. You had your Richter. Well, the thing is, Richter actually had guys in front of him to support him.
Yeah.
Igor's got none of that. Henrik had none of that. And I say it's like I will always have the utmost respect for Henrik Lundqvist and Igor Shesterkin. Henrik Lundqvist was one of my favorite players growing up. I didn't start hating the Rangers until I was in high school. I actually rooted for the Rangers in the 2014 Cup final.
Wow.
It was like I hated the Kings.
Yeah.
Also, it was my 10-year-old warped mind, but also like geographical in the sense I rooted for the other New York teams. So I kind of I had a soft spot for that Ranger team.
Okay.
But just seeing Henrik, I will always have respect for those two goalies because oh my god, and his contract expires after next year. To be a fly on the wall
for those discussions,
in that room.
For those discussions. Yeah.
Yeah, those talks. Igor Shesterkin or his agent are just going to be, it's like, okay, here's the deal. My client, or I'm the only reason that you guys have a fighting chance at winning a championship. And once you get to the Eastern Conference Final and you start playing against those top-notch teams, they got nobody, I'm speaking as Igor's agent.
Yeah.
My client has put this team on his back every single year. 2022, the Rangers wouldn't even have gotten past the first round if it weren't for Igor.
Yeah.
The Rangers wouldn't have gotten past the second round if it weren't for Igor. The Rangers wouldn't have gotten as far as they did in the conference final without Igor. This year, the first 2 rounds, I'll give that to the team. The team actually looked really, really good.
But this round,
Then the conference final, Florida, if it weren't for Igor Shesterkin, they would have gotten swept.
Yeah.
I'm being dead serious when I say that.
Right.
They would have gotten put in the ground. The series might have ended in 3 games if it weren't for Igor Shesterkin. Yeah. That Florida team just put on an absolute clinic. And I know they made a lot of progress this year, but you can't help but look at any year in a contention window where you don't win a championship as anything but a failure.
Yeah.
Especially
Sure.
when you have Igor on $5.5 million a year. That salary is at least going to be doubled.
Yep, at least.
If I'm Igor, my starting ask is $13 million.
Yeah.
My starting ask is to become the highest paid goaltender in NHL history by a mile.
Yeah.
Because he deserves it. He's the best goalie in the world.
Absolutely.
He elevates his game in the playoffs. And he keeps you in series. He won you 2 games.
Yeah.
On his own in the conference final.
Yeah.
On his own. Like, goaltending is the only advantage that the Rangers unequivocally have when they get deep in the playoffs. And then, like, if I'm Igor, it's like, I know he's not going to leave because the Rangers, for some reason, have this insane ability to retain players or go out and buy players. Apparently they treat their players well. From what I hear, except their goalies, but they treat their players really well, from what I hear. So I'm sure Igor is going to be a Ranger for life.
Yeah.
They'd be psychotic to let him go.
Yeah.
Or if you're Igor, you got every right in the world to walk away.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, like, if Igor Shesterkin's main goal is to win the Stanley Cup, there's a lot of better places he can go. And I know this is going to bite me in the ass when the Rangers win the Cup next year. But,
Stop it.
but, like, well, a lot of things I'd say bite me in the ass.
Sure.
But if I'm Igor, like, if he left, I was talking to a buddy of mine who's a Ranger fan back from my old Minecraft days. He said he wouldn't blame him.
Yeah. I mean, playing in the biggest sports market in the world, I'm sure.
For hockey, please.
Maybe not hockey, but still
sure,
New York.
Sure,
still New York.
From April to whenever they get knocked out.
Yes.
It's Rangers Town.
Sure.
You don't see a single blue shirt in sight from October through March.
Let's says Giants on it. Yes.
You don't see giant jerseys anymore.
Okay, all right.
Nobody wears giant jerseys because first
It's
of all,
embarrassment. Okay.
because
Yes.
first of all, like, have you worn a football jersey like by Nike yet?
No, I have not.
They're sweat boxes. They're super uncomfortable. And if you wear a giant shirt, it's a badge of embarrassment.
Right. I mean,
it's embarrassing. And also, a Yankee cap or a Yankee jersey is way more fashionable. Like, you can rock a Yankee hat and an Aaron Judge jersey.
Anywhere.
You cannot rock a
Giants hat. Like,
you cannot rock a Brian Burns jersey.
right. Yeah.
Or a Malik Neighbors jersey or like Andrew Thomas, although who the hell's getting a jersey for an offensive lineman? I mean, I'm sure Jason.
His mom. His mom, maybe.
I'm the type of guy who would get an offensive lineman jersey because I don't
just
like
be different.
Like, I don't like to be too basic.
Yeah.
When it comes to my jerseys.
Right.
I have a Nico Hischier. I made a point to get a road Nico Hischier jersey.
Nice.
Just so I could be different.
Yes.
Like, I wore that at the Devils game we went to.
Yeah,
But
I remember.
anyways, also, speaking of blue shirts and jerseys, the marketing job that the Rangers did on Matt Rempe is phenomenal. A fourth line plug who fights.
Old time hockey, man.
I know it's
hockey.
cool. He plays 2.5 minutes a night. And I guarantee he's one of, like, the top 20 best-selling jerseys this year.
Yeah, well,
Because he's Matt Rempe. Now, I guarantee if I go into the Dick's Sporting Goods right now, it's down the road. I think it's
by the mall, yeah.
It's near the Taco Bell or something, but it's near Taco Bell, the Home Depot.
Yes.
Like that lot.
Yes.
That lot. I think it's off like 35 or
It is.
36 or something.
Yep. Going toward Long Branch, yes.
But, like, I guarantee if I go into Dick's Sporting Goods, I will, like, on a rack, I will see Matt Rempe jerseys. Granted, they'll probably be on clearance now, but I guarantee if I go in there, Matt Rempe jerseys will be on display.
Yeah.
And this is for a guy who contributes nothing offensively, nothing defensively. He's a black hole.
Yeah, but he can do this, and he can do that.
Yeah, he can do. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
He does that really well.
And I will
love
say
it.
he has had an impact, like, on the teams in the division.
Sure.
Why do you think we signed Curtis McDermott to a 3-year extension?
Yeah.
His sole purpose is, like, he might not draw into any games.
Yeah.
He'll draw in for Ranger games.
Yeah.
Because somebody's got to take care of Rempe.
Yep.
Somebody's got to be the guy who fights Rempe and gets a game misconduct.
Yeah.
Just to take him off the ice. So, because he is, and I'm not, a lot of Ranger fans are proud when I say this, but he is a danger to everybody on the ice. Not because he's like, well, of course he's physically imposing. He's like 6'8".
Yeah.
And he's a jerk. And he's strong. But the way he does it, he puts his elbows up like this.
Yeah. And then he's like, it's not my fault. I'm tall.
Like, I'm tall.
Right, I'm tall. It's not
like, meanwhile, he's blatantly doing it. And a bunch of Ranger fans, they always say to me, you watch Scott Stevens growing up. It's like, here's the thing. Now, I don't go after Jacob Trouba that much when he lays clean hits. Like, you heard me when I was talking about the Timo Meier hit. I'm like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
Because he kept the elbow tucked.
Right. Yes.
Stevens led with his shoulder. Oh, there are some hits that are interference. Sure. Like the Paul Correa hit. Yeah, sure. That was interference.
Yeah, but it was...
There are plenty of hits that were interference. But
that was back then, though. That was back then. Different time. Different time.
Clean back then.
Yeah.
Also, the thing with Scott Stevens is that he actually contributed.
Oh, yeah.
He was also a Hall of Fame defenseman.
Yes, his numbers in the rafters at the Prudential Center. Come on. Yes.
He was the headliner of in my opinion, the best defensive core of the 90s and 2000s. So, and Jacob Trouba is a plug. And Ranger fans, they hate Trouba now. And rightfully so, getting paid $8 million a year to miss checks, take penalties. Even then, when you try to take penalties, he's not even doing that correctly. You see that screenshot from the Kane series of that player just ducking while Trouba flying like Superman into the boards.
Yes, trying to hit him in the head, yes.
And trying to cross-checking. Blatant cross-checking.
Yep.
And Ranger fans will still have the gall to call every other team in the league dirty.
Yeah.
While defending Jacob Trouba and Matt Rempe. And also, that's another thing with Ranger fans. They have, in my opinion, the biggest victim complex in all of sports. If you look on Twitter, look at Ranger fans, every single chance they get, they will try and say that the refs hate them, that the league is rigged against them, everything's fixed, Toronto, the screw the Ranger button, Bettman hates the Rangers. Now, sure, if you look back in history and I was enlightened on this by my friend Luke Dolan, my co-host of Ball Knowers, who is a diehard Ranger fan, who, believe me, I gave him a bit of an earful after Game 6. I gave him a little bit, but I have heard about like the Norris House League days, and that was back in the original 6, though. Like nowadays, like it makes no sense for the NHL to work against the Rangers. They're the second most valuable franchise in their sport behind the Leafs.
Yes.
And it was like, did they swallow the whistles a few times when it came to Florida? Yeah, duh, it's the playoffs.
Yeah, let them play.
When you get deeper in the playoffs, like that's why I love this series so much. It was just two teams who were dirty, who kept having calls missed on each other. It's like the way Ranger fans act. You remember how Saints fans acted after the Nicole Roby-Coleman pass interference fiasco?
Yes, of course.
They act like that, but that's their resting rate, is acting like everybody is out to get them, acting like the league is out to get them. And it's a tiring act because you know damn well that's not why you haven't won a cup in 30 years.
The Rangers, come on. No chance. No chance.
Like, at least as a Yankee,
I love hearing the whining, though. I love hearing the whining.
At least, like, even as a Yankee fan, when I see Yankee fans complain about umpiring, I tell them to stop. I buy into the conspiracy theory that Aaron Judge got Goldilocks balls in his chase for 62. I wholeheartedly believe that because I'm going to go out and say it. It's good for the profit margins of baseball.
Yeah.
If the Yankees do well. If good things happen to the Yankees, they do. I will fully admit, Rob Manfred has been in our corner every single year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Any bad umpiring or bad calls is just due to general officiating incompetence. Like Angel Hernandez does that to everybody. He doesn't just do it to the Yankees.
Not anymore. He doesn't.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
I didn't bring this up last week.
Thank God.
How do you feel? Angel Hernandez
relieved.
Retired.
I'm relieved.
Retired.
I mean, sure, like one down, a few more to go.
Sure. CB Buckner, maybe next.
Like CB Buckner, he's got to go. Las Diaz,
get
out of here.
I think Joe West is retired, so I believe.
Although I have that good memory with Joe West of heckling him with those.
You heckled Joe West?
Dude, the mafioso.
Oh, right, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the mafia game.
Yeah, Cowboy Joe West. Yes, him and his country albums.
Wait, he has country albums?
Yeah, he's a singer. Yeah, he's a singer. Dude, sings country.
God.
Sings country.
Of course, he's a country artist.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not country. I mean, it's an okay genre. I just can't stand that Clay Holmes is using Chris Stapleton as his walkout song. Dude, you gotta have something intimidating if you're a shutdown closer.
We went from Enter Sandman to Chris Stapleton. Come on.
I mean, Aroldis Chapman had Rage Against the Machine.
All right, that's cool.
As his closer. It's like at least there was aura to that.
Sure,
he would walk the bases loaded and give up a grand slam half the time, but.
Yeah. Yeah, but he walked out really cool.
But he walked it. It was cool.
It was cool when he walked
aura.
out. Yeah. Oh man. Yes. Yeah. Good riddance, Angel Hernandez. I watched. Everyone put those compilations of his worst calls, and they were really bad.
Oh yeah.
They were really bad.
And he's so fragile too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, most umpires in general are just fragile human beings.
Right, but him especially.
They're just
him especially. Well, Rangers have fun on the golf course, and
for Ranger fans who say that you live in our heads rent free, yes,
yeah,
and
of course,
two,
it's called a rivalry.
And two, if you're gonna say you didn't make the playoffs, I'm gonna refer to the quote from your goaltender, who's the only reason that you guys are even a cup contender in the first place.
Which goes,
did they win the cup? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They didn't win the cup.
Yep.
But his words, not mine.
Yep. His words. Your goaltender.
Your goaltender. In response to the series last year.
Yep.
The first Devils series win in 11 years since they beat the Rangers in the 2012 conference final.
Yeah.
And they beat them in 2023. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, grab our tea time's coming up, Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta. Yes. We're going.
They've made room for your favorite golf course.
Yeah, your favorite golf course up in the Hamptons,
and go have fun. The preseason starts in September.
No, maybe down in Soprano County, they got some good golf courses.
Yeah.
I'm assuming like around the Montclair area, there are some nice golf courses.
I'm sure there are. And Florida, Ocala County, and Orlando and Sarasota, great golfing down there. Great golfing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Canada, Sweden, I'm sure there's some good golf courses there too.
I mean, there's good golf courses everywhere.
Yeah, there are.
Like it's golf. I've been trying to get back into it. Like I went to the driving range with my dad.
Yeah, how'd it go?
A couple weeks ago. My short game, I was hitting them straight.
Okay. All right, 9 iron, like 7 irons and above,
like,
going good?
Like my 9 irons, I was hitting them straight. I maybe connected on one good shot with a driver. The thing is, like, my dad's driver is ridiculously hard to hit.
Oh, man. All right.
Like, I don't know if you're familiar with, like, golf timber. That's like a 7.5 inch.
Yes.
Or 7.5, some, like, centimeter,
right.
I think. Like, I think it's hard to hit. I think his story was that he found it on, like, a clearance track for $150.
Oh, then, yeah.
And it was the driver that Tiger was hitting.
Oh, well, then.
Time. So, like,
I was like, well, then this will make me play better, too, right?
Yeah. Dude, I will never understand the psyche of casual golf players. Like guys who just play golf. I'm not talking like PGA Tour guys.
Sure.
I'm talking about guys who just
play
golf.
The weekend guys, yeah.
The guys who maybe have a membership at a club or they leech off a friend.
Right.
Like the reason why they take it so seriously. It's like I'll never understand it. Like even like beer league players don't take it seriously because at least there's a league there.
Right.
Like with golf, you got guys who are constantly practicing their swing. I mean,
right. Yeah.
I mean, even me,
bragging rights.
Like the reason why I want to be good at golf is because like it's a networking skill.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like that's the reason. Like I could go up to some executive when I'm some pimple-faced intern, and I'll just be like,
Hey, you play golf? You play golf? Yeah, let's go. Let's
play golf.
Yeah. You want to go tomorrow?
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Go play.
Oh, yeah.
Go play a run tomorrow.
9 a.m. tea time. Yeah. Yeah, like that. That's like the main reason why I play golf. Like, I'm not gonna be going out there. It's like, I'm sure I played a lot of Wii golf back in the day, Mario golf,
A little different.
Toadstool Tour. Like I was on that. Like, I used to play the Toadstool Tour back in the day.
Oh yeah,
but,
I was a champion on the Toadstool Tour.
Oh yeah, my drive was like, I drove 350 on the Toadstool Tour.
Yeah.
And like Wii golf, I think I shot like I forgot what my PB on Wii golf was. Like,
what's your handicap on Wii golf? Like, what's your handicap?
I think I'm a scratch golfer.
You're a scratch golfer? Okay, on Wii golf?
On Wii Sports.
Yeah, I just haven't really started. I know I'm going to get addicted to it. Like, I would be one of those guys who would be like, I'm going to go hit a bucket like at 6 a.m. before the day starts. And it's bragging rights, man. If you can play golf,
and all of a sudden,
people respect you.
It's like that. I go to I went to a driving range once.
Yeah.
Like, after I hit golf balls with my dad, I start getting golf videos constantly all over my For You page.
Yeah.
I get sucked into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like, it's got to be my genetics. Like,
You got some Scottish in you?
I've got every bit of European in me.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that would explain.
No, it's like, I'm a white dude. Like that. That's like,
yeah, sure. It's in the blood.
Like that. I'm a dude. Like, I see golf videos. I'm like, ooh.
In the blood. We should go hit that indoor driving range over at Bellworks one day.
Yeah, I hit near. That was where I hit the golf balls. It was the outdoor range near Bellworks.
Oh yeah, the one by into the water, in the back.
No, not into the water. It's just the.
Or is there a driving range by there?
One near the woods.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Just like a random like pop up thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was chill. But like Bellworks. Like, I went in there once because Voyagers did the upper school social over there for my senior year. Which, of course, like I had to go because like it was my last go around, and that place is awesome.
It is. Love that place. Yeah, you can eat, you can hit golf balls, and you can podcast. Pretty awesome.
I haven't done a show over at the Bellworks spot yet.
I thought we did one.
We did it in Asbury, that little pop-up shop.
Oh, yeah. We did. Yep.
COVID.
Yeah, we did that.
It's like right before COVID.
Right. Could have sworn we did at least one show there, but I could be.
We
wrong.
haven't. We've done Eatontown. We've done
here at Asbury.
We've done here. We've done Asbury. We even did like that little.
Oh, we were in the store. We did a podcast.
Yeah,
in the store.
at the stash.
That one day the building caught. That 1 week the building caught on fire.
Yeah, we did a show at the stash.
That was cool.
That was fun. Like, I finally got to meet Mike.
Yeah.
After like years of just hearing about him.
Yeah, that was fun. So
that spot, that place is cool.
Yeah.
It's just comic books. I just stand around looking at comic books and nerd stuff without actually buying any.
Yeah. Well, let me get my swing down. Maybe. I wish they had a par 3 around here. Have you ever played the par 3? Those are fun, man.
The only time I've ever played a par 3, the only time I've ever played any golf was at, it was a spot, I think somewhere in Tinton Falls. I think I don't know, but it was this place. It was a mini golf course with a little store inside of it with a par 3 course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tore it down and replaced it with an Amazon warehouse.
Oh man.
Like, you're a rich company when you tear down a golf course.
Yeah. You can buy all that land.
For you. When you even tear down a golf courses are usually the ones doing that to mom and pop shops. Like, golf courses cut down, like, it's like I heard the George Carlin bit. It's like, why don't we use golf courses for housing? I'm like, yeah, but it's fun. It's golf. Like, what are you gonna do? Because not play golf? What the hell?
Yeah.
All right, enough about golf. I mean, I'm just clip farming for TikTok at this point. But like,
clip farming.
But I know I can afford to go on these little rambling sessions because that's not what gets the views. But
it's so much fun.
Oh no, it's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, Aaron Judge. Let's
talk about some baseball here.
Love it.
Oh my God, dude, this team's making me believe. I hate when they make me believe, but oh my God. Oh, 7-2 on the road trip. Could have easily been 8-1. They sweep the Giants at, I think it's Oracle Park now.
I believe that's what it's called now, yes.
And and on Sunday, they were down 5-3 going in the ninth. I wasn't even that pissed. I'm like, yeah, whatever. They're going to lose, but I'm not. And the vibes weren't brought down that much. And then Trevino beats out the double play. Volpe hits the triple. And then Soto, like the next, just absolutely tattoos a baseball. Second homer of the game.
Yeah.
To put the Yankees on top against a reliever who has untouchable stuff. and then Judge walked and then Stanton doubled him home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, Judge stole second and then Stanton doubled him home. And then Soto in the first inning hits a baseball to a place where baseballs aren't supposed to be hit. Right center. You know Triple's Alley?
Yes.
In San Francisco? Yeah, he hit it over the wall that overlooks that.
Yeah, crazy.
It was stupid. 430 feet. I mean, the stuff that this guy's doing, I mean, I'm watching the replay right now. Just the deepest part of any ballpark in the majors.
You don't see a lot of balls go there.
Just sort of.
I think Ichiro hit one off that wall, and they got the inside the park home run for that one All-Star game. I think they hit it off that part of the wall, but he didn't hit it over the wall, though.
You have a better chance of hitting an inside the park home run,
right,
as opposed to a trot around the bases and save your heart rate home run.
Right. Yeah.
And like what this team has done, it's like they're never out of it. They're not out of it, dude. They're fighting.
Yeah.
They got skill. They got offense that they can jump on you and score 4 runs at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Even Giancarlo Stanton, who was an afterthought, I was thinking, maybe if you get something out of him, maybe he stays healthy, maybe he doesn't anchor you. You're getting legit production out of Giancarlo Stanton. Which any production at this point is a miracle out of him. You have Alex Verdugo doing an amazing job filling in as a proper left fielder, doesn't strike out, not the typical guy you think of in a cleanup spot. Yeah. You have Gleyber Torres just kind of waking up a little bit. You have Jose Trevino, DJ LeMay, who's batting 9th.
Yeah.
So if you get
crazy,
if you get average production out of the 9 hole, that's good. I like that DJ has a less elevated responsibility. You have a catching tandem of Jose Trevino and Austin Wells. Trevino's been hitting well.
Yeah.
Wells is hitting the ball hard. Sure, he hasn't gotten the ball to fall in at a lot of points, but I feel decent enough with Austin Wells to have the raw upside to be a good hitting catcher. Anthony Volpe has been as close to a perfect leadoff hitter as you can get. Sure, do you want him to hit for a little more power? Yeah, maybe, but it's just nitpicking at this point. But
a couple hits and RBI, like that. What more can you ask for?
All he needs to do is get on. All he needs to do is get on, which he's been doing a lot. He runs like a deer. So pitchers are left. They got to focus on one thing. They either have to focus on Volpe, who can swipe second, and then, or you have to focus
on Soto and Judge
on Juan Soto, and then you look in the on deck circle and you see Aaron Judge.
Yes.
You have Judge and Soto are the first pair of teammates with a 190 WRC plus or higher. You have any idea how ridiculous that is to have a 190 WRC plus? They're first and second in just hitting in the league. And mind you, this is with Judge basically taking an extended spring training in April.
Right.
He has an OPS of almost 1,100. They're the first pair of teammates to have a 190 WRC plus or higher since Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Okay,
literally has not been done since Ruth and Gehrig.
Right, that was a long time ago.
They are only, I think, the 7th pair or 6th pair of teammates to do that, and that is with the inclusion of the Negro League stats going in, which I'm not Like I don't know about like including them in the official major league record books,
Right,
but like
but it's happening.
Like,
So, yeah.
I know it's a muddied area. Like I know that there are some amazing players like Josh Gibson.
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot of amazing
I
players.
mean, you got, Satchel Paige.
Yeah,
You want to talk about like Babe Ruth said that he couldn't touch Satchel Paige. So I mean,
few people could.
like Oscar
people could.
Charleston. I mean,
Yep.
those
Yeah,
are some
yeah.
ridiculous players in there.
Yeah.
But point is, Judge and Soto are doing something that hasn't been done literally since Murderers Row, like 1930, the Great Depression.
Yes.
We have not seen these numbers since the Great Depression.
Right. Crazy.
And this is with pitching being just ridiculous. And they have a rotation of 5 guys. Like, sure, Nestor is kind of so-so, and sure, Clark Schmidt just got her. He's going to be shut down for a couple months. That sucks. But the Cody Poteet has come up. You got 7 starters in this organization right now that we know of who can throw quality innings at the
Luis
major
Hill
league.
given up on earned run yet? I can't.
At the major league level.
I can't remember. If
You have Luis Hill, who won AL Pitcher of the Month.
Yeah.
AL Rookie of the Month, and you had Aaron Judge, who won AL Player of the Month. So, and on top of this, Garrett Cole hasn't even started his rehab assignment
Tomorrow.
yet.
No, wait.
Like-
Today's Tuesday. I think he started. I believe he's starting
really?
it today. I think at least I just saw he's starting his rehab today. Yeah, Cole's not even in the picture yet. That's crazy. I hate it because
You're an Orioles fan.
Orioles fan.
You guys are on a hot streak, too,
I know, but every time they win, the Yankees win, so they can't make any ground. I mean, every time the Orioles lose, the Yankees win, so they lose ground. It's. I check the box scores for 2 reasons: see the Orioles score, then I gotta see if the Yankees won or lost, and they always win. Like, so yeah, they're
are you kidding me?
At least they're sort of keeping pace, but they're not getting any ground. So
I mean, those head-to-head series are going to be
those would be very
those
very
are going to be
important.
telling.
Very important.
Those pitching matchups are going to be huge.
Yes.
It's like if you're the Orioles,
Yes,
you gotta
Corbin
wonder-
Burns versus Garrett Cole.
or Luis Hill.
Or at least Hill. Grayson Rodriguez versus.
Yeah, he's gotten his act together, right?
more or less. Yeah,
Grayson
pretty much.
Rodriguez,
He's
yeah.
a very
That Orioles lineup still
pretty
terrifies
good.
me.
It's pretty good.
Like that Orioles team is still like that is just a bunch of really good players.
Yeah, although they did lose John Means going to second Tommy John's. I don't think we're ever going to see him again. Not in an Orioles uniform.
Sad.
Yeah, he got his no hitter, and he contributed to the rebuild. But yeah.
I feel like contributing to the Orioles rebuild would just be serving up meatballs.
I mean, someone's got to do it. Someone had to do it.
When Nestor Cortez was on the Orioles.
Yeah.
Dylan Bundy.
Dylan Bundy. Yeah, someone had to do it.
Kevin Gossman before he got
Gausman.
fixed.
Yes. Hey, they still beat him yesterday. So
Giovanni Gallardo.
yeah.
When he was, I don't know, just thinking of guys off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like when the Orioles couldn't develop it.
That was
Jake
good.
Arrieta. when
Jay-
he said-
Yeah, after he left the Orioles, yeah, he was untouchable.
For like 2 years.
2 years, yeah,
Of those 2 years, he was.
amazing, really amazing.
I mean, my God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still June. It's still relatively early.
Yeah, and
Can they keep up this pace?
And that's why I'm worried.
Can they keep up this pace? Can they stay healthy?
I still
Can they
think
keep up this offensive onslaught that they've been on since opening day?
the Yankees have a good
and
problem, dude.
Yeah, and their team ERA is amazing.
I think the pitching is due for some regression. We're not going to get this Luis Hill for the entire year.
Okay.
We're not going to be getting this out of. I think Stroman's going to be due for a little bit of regression.
Okay, but even so,
Rodon is a spotty starter. His strikeout numbers aren't quite where I want them to be. The bullpen is still a moderate concern for me. Even Clay Holmes. I mean, who has done a great job this year.
Oh yeah,
But I'm still worried about.
If
I'm still worried about Clay Holmes and the rest of this bullpen. You know, the bridge to Holmes is a bit of a concern, but I think they're going to address that at the trade deadline. Not to mention the Yankees, like on the hitting side, they also have Jason Dominguez,
Yep.
who's
Yep.
hitting like Ted Williams in his rehab assignment.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, who do you send down for him? I'm going to be honest. I think maybe you put Alex Verdugo on the bench, but I feel like everybody in the lineup where
They're doing good.
clicking.
Yeah, they need to be in the lineup.
The lineup isn't being shuffled around at all. You're seeing the same thing every day.
And it's working.
And I'm hoping it's not a case like 2022. And I believe in this team more than I did the 2022 team because when you look at the 2022 lineup, you had Josh Donaldson hitting 5th.
Okay.
You had Isaiah Kiner-Falefa as your starting shortstop.
You did, yes.
You had a rather unsustainable. You had Joey Gallo drawing in every day.
Yeah.
You have 3 significantly better players at each position.
Right. They're upgraded for sure.
Instead of Josh Donaldson, you have DJ LeMahieu.
Yes.
Instead of IKF, you have Anthony Volpe.
Yes.
And instead of Joey Gallo, you have Alex Verdugo.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Dominguez coming up. I know Dominguez is going to be the starting left fielder next year because Verdugo is probably going to leave in free agency because he's on the last year of his contract. But Dominguez has clearly shown that he's good enough to be an impact player, a massive impact player at the big league level.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe there's talk. I'm sure the Yankees have gotten calls about him. I'm like, hey, what you want for Dominguez? Like, maybe some selling teams are going to offer. I think the only reliever that I'd trade Jason Dominguez for is Mason Miller, if I'm being honest.
That ain't happening. You have to give the farm for that guy.
For a reliever, he's got multiple years of control.
Yeah.
Although, if you're really going for broke,
how happy would Mason Miller be to come to the Yankees? He's stuck in that. He's stuck in a team which is basically in limbo. That has like the worst stadium in the MLB.
That has sewage leaking into the clubhouse.
Yes, with like no fans. He'd be pretty happy. I'm sure he would love that move.
Like the Yankees clubhouse looks like the Yankees aesthetic in a lot of their luxury areas looks like a Star Destroyer. Like the Death Star. Like I was in the lighting. A lot of fluorescent, like white fluorescent light.
Right, like the Death Star, like the
a
shiny floors and
Well, the Yankee color scheme is sort of like an imperial,
a little evil empire-ish, yeah.
Like an imperial. That's just like the color aesthetic. Like it's a coincidence. Like I'm not saying like on purpose the Yankees made their colors.
Yeah, like the empire.
Like dark colors and blinding white.
Right.
But like I remember when I was in the Legend Suite or the lounge, like getting my cheese fries. I do remember it having an imperial-esque theme to it. When I like even the bathrooms. Like where I took a leak in a urinal next to Nick Mangold.
Hey, what's up?
I'm like, I didn't say hi to. I just saw him and in the jet hat. I'm like, oh my god, that's Nick Mangold.
Yeah.
But like even then, like the bathroom mirrors, the way those were lit, those were.
Yeah, look, if you could see a bathroom on the Death Star, that's what it would look like.
If I could see a bathroom on the Death Star,
okay,
looked like that, or at least the luxury bathrooms, so like the officers and.
Right. Yeah.
Like
the people from the upper,
like Palpatine's private bathroom.
Yes, would look like that. Okay.
Although I'm sure Palpatine's private bathroom had it probably looked like a master bedroom bathroom.
Yeah.
You'd see it like a penthouse.
Yeah, a lot of storage for those robes.
Those robes and apparently Snoke makers.
Oh, right. Yes.
Apparently.
Snow clone stasis
Sith
tubes.
Lord cloning tubes. Just the dumbest thing ever put in any movie.
I agree.
Ever. It's like, sure, The Last Jedi was a narrative mess, but Rise of Skywalker, they just blatantly didn't try.
Yeah.
Because The Last Jedi didn't give them a reason.
They're just fixing things.
Like, they tried making a story, but they just made it worse. They should have just canceled it outright. Just be like, you know what? I mean...
It's too late to do that now.
I'm like, you know what? We tried.
It's too late to do that now.
There was a way to fix it.
There
was a way to fix the sequel trilogy after
There's
The Last
always
Jedi.
a way, yeah.
Like, there are writers on this planet. It's like you throw you and me in a screenwriting room.
Oh, yeah, we got some good ideas.
Like, for an afternoon.
Yeah. We got a lot of ideas.
I would say that they were on drugs during that, but take a look at regular show, dude. There's the writers for that show, I'm convinced, were on a litany of things.
Yeah.
And like you watch one regular show episode, you're like, dude, were the writers high when they wrote this?
Yeah.
And regular show is one of the greatest cartoons ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my weekly rant on the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Just God.
There's your ladies and gentlemen, that's your Star Wars minute.
That's a Star
By
Wars
Cameron
minute because we're nerds. If you look outside the peripheral here, there's I spot one, two,
three lightsabers.
three lightsabers. Yes. One of them is Vader's. One of them is Darth Maul's. It's a double lightsaber,
Yes.
and the other is the dark saber.
Yeah. Then the signed poster, Carrie Fisher, and a picture of Mark Hamill, right? Like literally 2 feet to your right. So, yeah, we like Star Wars around here.
Yeah, we like Star Wars. We like Marvel.
Yeah.
As much as Marvel's fallen off.
Yeah.
Just figure Marvel, you got Mjolnir with the shared universe
logo
Mjolnir
on it. Yeah. You know.
and Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
That Stormbreaker looks like a legit film prop.
Yes. Yeah. Big shout out to the dude who made it for us in Rochester, New York. But yeah, Yankees, tough schedule coming up. Tough schedule.
The 3-game set against the Twins at Yankee Stadium.
Twins, Dodgers, Royals. They're all over 500. They're all playing very well.
It's the Twins.
I know. The AL Central, yes, I agree with you.
I'm never going to be scared of the Twins.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
The Dodgers, the thing is, if you're the best team in baseball, if you're really going to prove something here, you got to, first of all, you take care of the Twins like you always do.
Sure.
And the 3-game set against the Dodgers, a lot of eyes are going to be on that.
Sure.
Of course, like Ohtani, like the star power in that series, just going to be
Freeman, Betts, Yamamoto,
oozing.
Yes.
Against Judge and Soto and Stanton, and Verdugo and Volpe, and like the pitching matchups too. Like Luis Hill's going against Tyler Glass now in that series. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And if the Yankees take 2 or 3 against the Dodgers,
you'll be happy with that. I mean, I would.
4-game set against the Royals at
be.
Kauffman Stadium, a stadium where every single time the Yankees play there, I say, God, I gotta go there.
Oh yeah, waterfalls. They got waterfalls. They have fountains.
and it always looks nice over there. Every single time the Yankees play at Kauffman Stadium, I think, wow, the weather looks beautiful. Maybe it's the way the lighting reflects off the stadium.
Yeah.
Also, like it's Kansas City, so you gotta have a good barbecue stand there.
Oh, I'm sure they have multiple.
Right.
I love that KC barbecue.
Like if I ever end up in Kansas City one day and I just go to a random Royals game, that's what I would do if I'm in Kansas City during baseball season, and the Royals are in town. I'd just go there. The only thing I'd do is I'd just buy a rack of baby back ribs.
Okay.
And just sit there for the whole game.
And just eat ribs.
Just pick at them.
Just eat ribs.
Just pick at them the whole time. Maybe get some fries. Maybe get a brisket.
Yeah.
And then I'd be set. Just
a couple sides, a little mac and cheese, maybe.
Mac and cheese. Just that would be.
Cornbread, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of cornbread.
Okay, no cornbread.
I mean, I like cornbread. It's just like it's not my. Maybe like those rolls.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
If you could somehow get Texas Roadhouse rolls at a baseball game. Although the only big chain that is at a baseball stadium is Shake Shack.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like
for some reason the biggest Shake Shack in the world is at Citi Field, and everybody eats Shake Shack at Citi Field.
Right. That was the first one to be at a baseball stadium. Shake that Citi Field one. I remember I missed half a game because I was waiting for a burger there. I mean, it was the Mets, so I didn't really care, but.
But why did you spend half a baseball game waiting?
Because at the time, Shake Shack was
joint.
They weren't everywhere then. They were like you could get it there in one place downtown in New York. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get.
No, but there's a Shake Shack near the mall.
Yeah, well, there wasn't back then. It was like
true.
special back then. So yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And then the Shake Shack sort of just stayed.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can.
I mean, it makes sense. Maybe like
I can verify that the Kansas City barbecue is amazing.
It's like if I ever go to a Dodger game, I'd get if there's an In-N-Out stand there. I'd get
There isn't, unfortunately. I wish there were,
damn
but yeah.
like if there were an In-N-Out stand at Dodger Stadium, I'd get In-N-Out and a Dodger dog.
Yeah,
Because
Dodger
for
dog is
some-
good. I had one 2 weeks ago.
I mean, yeah.
Great.
Is it something that they put in the?
I
Do
don't
they
know.
boil it or do they grill it?
You could get either way actually. You get grilled Dodger dog, you get boiled one.
So is it just a hot dog with?
Theoretically,
Dodger in
yes.
front of it?
It's just a hot dog. It is a good hot dog though.
It's just branding.
A little hype.
It's like the difference between Taylor ham and any other.
Oh yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, you can tell the difference though. The tail
Yeah.
ham's way better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's still called pork roll.
Right.
But Central Jersey, we're gonna make that crystal clear. This is a pork roll station.
It is. Yes. Yes. We have established that. Yes. Yeah. And then 2.5 weeks, we returned to the Cameron Woolley Show series, Yankees versus Orioles.
Oh, it's just gonna be in the
At
middle
Yankee
of the
Stadium.
week too, so we're gonna be recording during that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's Yankee sock night on the Wednesday. Like, yeah, I don't know. I wonder what I'm doing. I haven't been to Yankee Stadium in a long time.
And I went.
It'd be,
couple years ago.
the last, I've never seen a good Orioles team at Yankee Stadium. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
You went into the bleachers and that.
I did. I like the bleachers. Bleachers is fun. I didn't get too much crap. I wore a jersey too.
That's a risk.
Yeah.
That's a legit risk.
It was.
I mean,
it was,
sure, like the first few innings you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But once everybody else gets like 5 beers in.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're
gonna-
getting crushed then. You're getting crushed. Win or lose, you're getting
I
crushed.
say like, was this when Chris Davis was good?
It was, yes.
Just say like Chris Davis hits a homer, someone throws a beer at you.
Yeah.
Like that's what would happen.
I'll
in the
take a
bleachers.
beer. I'll exchange a thrown beer for a home run.
Did you partake in the roll call?
No. I mean, I was in the stands, but I wasn't. I wasn't like Derek Jeter. No, I didn't. I did not.
That would have been like a good sport thing.
I
Just
sure.
like-
I
just
watched
like to
it.
be
I
there,
think
just
I
like
liked it. I think that's cool. I love that part. I wish all teams were that into their play.
No, we gatekeep.
But I guess you. Well, you
You know, like when the
started it.
Yankees went to the Angels Stadium, they were doing a roll call.
Right.
It was like Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Like when the Yankees are good and they go to a ballpark
yeah.
where the home team sucks.
Yeah, that's a party. It's a party amongst your fellow fans at an away stadium, like Tampa. Tampa's all Yankee fans.
I mean, it's the only fun thing you can do in that stadium. Because like, what did the Tampa locals have a reason to drive to the Tupperware? No.
Not really.
I mean, that's what I call it. It's the Tupperware. It's a god awful stadium. I hate it. I hate the Trop. They use turf in a baseball stadium. That's not how that should work.
Well, the lighting coming through the top of the Tupperware does not support natural grass, so not enough sunlight. The atmosphere, it's not good for natural grass.
Can't you just use a fluorescent light?
I don't know much about turf maintenance and plant sciences, but
Somebody's got to be under. Dude, you've seen The Martian. You saw how
yeah, he grew potatoes. Yeah, I
you
saw
saw
it.
how Matt
on Mars. Yeah.
just recycle.
Well, why don't they hire him then? He can be the head groundskeeper.
Like, yeah, that's what. Like, if Matt Damon can figure it out,
Yeah,
so can a major league
sure,
grounds crew.
sure. If a NASA botanist can figure it out, yeah, hire that guy.
Like, yeah, dude, that's what it would take. Hey, that's in Florida.
Yeah, yeah,
NASA's not a super far commute.
yeah,
Although Florida's a big state.
yeah.
It's like, but like I talk about just one state. It's like New Jersey is not that big of a state.
Yeah.
Sure, it's bigger than some countries, but
yeah,
like New Jersey, top to bottom, is like 3.5, 4 hours. In
Oh, yeah.
terms of a drive.
Yeah.
Florida is
it's like
2 days.
yes, it's very big. I mean, if you go from one tip, like yeah, that's a long time.
Oh yeah, like that's especially if you come from the west.
Yeah.
You do the Panhandle and then drive all the way down to Orlando. Then yeah,
Yeah,
you're cooked.
yeah, crazy. Yeah, so 1 o'clock today. You were on the servers, the Bungie servers.
Yeah, Destiny 2 Final Shape is dropping. I'm sure my friends are currently in the campaign
Okay.
right now, or they're still stuck waiting for
Oh, the
Bungie's
queue. Okay.
servers to.
How bad was it?
Usual routine.
Okay.
Usual. It said on my screen that the servers were offline, so I didn't even have a chance to get.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Like, even after the DLC dropped, I know a couple buddies of mine got in, and I'm very excited for this. I know the second I get back home, I'm gonna be hopping on. I'm gonna be locking in the entire night. I'm probably not sleeping very much.
All right. Hey.
Like sleep is on the back burner
Right.
because
No, this is way more.
like I gotta complete the campaign
This is way more
on the hard difficulty, so I get the good gear at the end.
Yeah.
So I can start the grind early, so I can do the raid on Friday because I got my whole team. Like I got a team for that. I don't know if I should stream it, but like I feel like I'd run out of some form of storage on my PC if I was like that's gonna be a marathon. Like, and I've seen some of the data mine stuff and the leaks. It looks
amazing.
I'm cautious. I'm cautiously optimistic because Lightfall, when that came out last year, there were a lot of that was like the Infinity War. Like the final shape is Endgame. It's like the end of everything. It's like we're fighting the big bad guy. We're fighting the Thanos. Like the Witness is basically just Destiny's Thanos.
Right.
And I'm gonna be going in like Lightfall. That's what I was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. When Lightfall came out, that was sort of supposed to be the penultimate thing. It ended up just being a stupid side quest about a subclass. And Strand is cool. Like I like Strand. I don't really use it that much because I'm a warlock and I'm pigeonholed into using my solar subclass all the time. But like I liked Strand. It was like Neptune's a kind of cool location. Like the Typhon Imperator is a cool ship, but it was such a disappointing story that left so many more questions than it did answers. And even like the lore YouTuber, like Bife, the lore YouTuber didn't even have an answer for it. He laid in the Bungie, and I'm like, I made a whole tweet thread after I finished the campaign. I'm like, dude, like this is bad. Like I was pissed at Lightfall. And sure, the gameplay stuff that came out of it, some of the quality of life, like sure that was cool. Root of Nightmares is kind of a cool raid. Like the stuff that came out during the year, the seasons were kind of cool. Season of the Witch was really good. They reprised King's Fall and Crota's End. I know that was. I don't know if King's Fall came out before Lightfall or after. I don't know. No, wait, no. King's Fall came out during Witch Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Crota's End was they basically just revived all the hive raids from Destiny 1. But yeah, I'm excited for this. The trailer looks really good. It looks like a grandiose, like a large scale event that is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a slog, and it's gonna be like I hope I can come back next week. I hope I am on Twitter at like 3 a.m. tonight. After
okay, I can't wait to see. I'll be looking.
Like after I'm wrapped.
I'll be looking.
After I'm wrapped up with the campaign, I want to be able to say that it was worth the 10-year wait to get this story that has made no sense at multiple points over with. And on Friday, I'm going to try doing the raid, which is probably going to be unsuccessful. And I don't really have much else to say.
All right, you're ready.
Oh. I think
you're
I'm ready.
Okay.
I did some preparation.
Okay. How do you prepare?
I looked at patch notes and I grinded for weapons that I think would do pretty well. Like I have an idea of what I want my loadouts to look like. Sure, I have friends who it's like, oh yeah, I have an entire inventory full of weapons I can use in any situation. I have God roll shotgun, fusion rifle, sniper. Oh, I have this. Meanwhile, it's just like I grinded for a red border. Like I got the Apex Predator pattern with bait and switch. And I got the catalyst for Izanagi's burden. I mean, I don't know what else you need for a friggin' for a DPS build, but I'm excited. I'm amped up, and I gotta get this wrapped up so I can get in my car, speed home.
Okay.
And
start.
And
I love it.
By start, I mean wait in the server queue for another hour.
I love it. Well, I mean, at least you got the whole week. You got the whole week. You got the whole month.
I got the whole week.
You
I'm
got the
on
whole month. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing. I'm getting ready.
Yeah,
dude.
I
All
love
right,
it.
so
I love it. Well, I'd be jealous, but I'm going to Hawaii, so Godspeed.
yeah, you're going to Hawaii. Yeah, that there are worse. There are worse.
There are worse
things.
destinations I could be going to. Yes.
It's like, oh no, you're going to sure the jet lag could be a bit of. I'm sure your body is.
It's a 6-hour time difference. I'll figure it out.
I'm sure your body's used.
Well,
to
see, if I was up all night gaming, it wouldn't matter. I'd have no clock.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'm staying up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be awesome. Is what it's gonna be.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So, anyways, from Ming Chen and a Shared Universe podcast studio, I am Cameron Woolley. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow on TikTok, any other platform that you can find me. And as always, stay classy, New Jersey.